the new 205, which is Charlotte. Well, some of the people feel like Pam. They give him a hard time.
I do give him a hard time.
Trust me. Here's Will Conco again on why the Hornet fans had a negative reaction on Brandon Miller. Let's take a listen.
I think it's probably tenfold, right? So he goes to Alabama. Alabama's kind of the New York Yankees of college.
Did you hear that?
It's not really basketball, but it still holds that brand. To the off-the-court issues, and then you pair that with the fact that they're going to have to probably deal with the fact emotionally that they're going to have to root for Miles Bridges. Miles Bridges is likely going to be a Hornet again after what he did last summer in the offseason and costed them his year with the Hornets. And then you pair that with the fact that they got emotionally attached to the highlights of Scoot Henderson. So you kind of just spill that all over, and it's the emotion on social media that gets you involved and in love with Scoot Henderson, and then that positive turns into a negative on social media as well, and it continues to brew. So it's a little bit of everything.
So that's very good though. I think that may be spot on what he just said.
With all the different things.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's talk about just that fanatic approach.
Okay.
Because it's a real thing now. Because we've experienced it. I witnessed it sitting right here in these studios. It wasn't the same studio back then, but anyway. Because people say some crazy stuff about people they really do not know.
Oh, absolutely.
They judge people. They just you don't know him from Adam or the guy across the street. You don't really know. But they say some really, really crazy stuff. And I just keep thinking to myself, why would a fan what is it that you see in Scoot Henderson? Now, Scoot Henderson, great player, great athlete, undersized, he can make things happen. But this is a team that you need some size and some ability on. Mm-hmm. If you just evaluate your team that you have, you can't comfortably say if you. I get if you're a fanatic, you could say it, but you can't comfortably say that. Oh, Scoot Henderson was far and away a better draft pick than Brandon. You see what I'm saying? You can't comfortably say that.
They don't know Brandon, but just on what they've heard about perception of his character based on the incident that he was involved in.
First of all, they don't even know his character, and there's no real perception of his character because there was one incident with a lot of things swirling around about the incident, and you're gonna judge his character on that? Well,
he was part of the.
Was he?
It was the one that brought the gun to the scene.
Wow!
And there's someone that's no longer here because of it.
Let me say this. So
they're that's what they're thinking of in comparison.
No, they're not.
In terms of the fans, and I want to comment on that too. It's interesting because I didn't know. Scoot Henderson. Okay, great. All of a sudden they watch film on him. They watch all. I'm like. So did you watch a game when he was in the game and the entire game and going up and down? Like, so all of a sudden they jumped on this whole highlight reel and they started leaning into that. I'm thinking like that really don't. And to your point, Scoot Henderson is 6'2". They got a bunch of 6'2" guys on the Hornets team.
Bunch of them.
He's not 6'9". They played like he's 6'2" sometimes with a jump shot. Now, I get this has nothing to do with Brandon Miller come from Alabama. I'm just saying, just looking at that.
In general, right.
In general, basketball, that made no sense to me. So when they said about Scoot Henderson, but even when A-Town like Scoot Henderson, I'm like, well, I guess we had to go and watch what team was on in
G League Ignite.
Yeah, G League Ignite. We had to be following them every game like we followed the games.
Or you can watch the highlight.
And it really speaks to what's different in this draft than any other draft. Because we didn't know half of the players, but typically we'll see players in college when they matriculate through college and when they play in these tournaments, conference tournaments, then the NCAA tournament. We know them, we learn about them, we follow them. Half the guys in this draft, we had no idea where they came from.
Here's the sad
Zero.
Here's the sad thing about it.
Yep.
I could put the same highlight tape together for Traquavion.
Because you're gonna pick the best games, you're gonna pick his best performances and put it
skill set,
real.
Right? Skill set, on the surface.
Right.
I could put the same highlight reel together.
Right. And it's